November 14, 2017, 11:26 a.m. EST. After some dramatic and inappropriate to and fro by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in Asia over the weekend, it appears that Canada has condescended to proceed with continuing negotiations on the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, trade treaty provided that the provisions around intellectual property, IP, are dropped. There is absolutely no sound or even plausible policy for dropping them. Canada should proceed with the whole treaty. What could have led the Prime Minister to abandon that plan in favor of a last-minute whim? A CBC reporter explained that Canada's tech sector has also warned TPP's original intellectual property rules would have favored the more dominant U.S. and its firms, which have already amassed a far bigger portfolio of patents, copyrights and trademarks. This sounds like the views of Jim Balsillie, the innovation poobah for federal government trade negotiations and co-founder of the company now known as BlackBerry. It also echoes the views of other advocates of weak IP rights, including Professor Michael Geist at the University of Ottawa, whose blogged critiques of the TPP's IP provisions do not really reflect the text or its intent. But if this is the government's reasoning, it's silly. First, relative sizes of IP portfolios have nothing to do with anything. All bigger countries will tend to have more IP than Canada does, and bigger companies within those countries will have more IP than smaller Canadian companies have. So what? This would only matter if balance of trade concerns affected sound IP policy, and it has been clearly shown that they do not. Relative sizes of IP portfolios have nothing to do with anything. It has also been shown that short-term gains, if there are any, to a trading partner with stronger IP are more than offset by gains Canadian firms enjoy from better IP protection. Moreover, Canada's cultural and technology exports are robust, our trade in copyright goods and services is in surplus, and the trade deficit on other technology goods is not large relative to the size of that trade. There's a manifestly wrong but widely held idea that developing countries benefit from weaker IP. In fact, empirical studies demonstrate that stronger IP is in their interests as much as it is for more developed countries. Anyways, is Canada really a developing country? Unfortunately, supporting robust IP protection is out of fashion in Canada. I recently met with people from Canada's IP community at a meeting to discuss Canada's position on an IP chapter in NAFTA hosted by Minister of Foreign Affairs Chrystia Freeland. Many argued that weak IP rights were best, and that it was better not to use NAFTA as a vehicle to adjust IP policy. If these voices have Canada's ear, innovation in this country is in trouble. Unfortunately, supporting robust IP protection is out of fashion in Canada. IP has become a mainstay of trade. The extensive IP provisions of the Trans-Pacific Partnership are a case in point. We need shared rules to allow trade and investment to occur. Who would trade internationally with nations where trademarks, copyrights and patents are disrespected, or worse, pirated?